And we
Hello.
are live. Good morning, everybody. It's
Good
nice and
morning.
9 o'clock on today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, yes.
Yes, 9 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Uh,
Mm.
so, right, what we would like you to do, if you can, answer the question, and if you're watching, are you good at making decisions? But at the same time, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us where you come from, and how are you this morning?
Exactly. How are you?
How are you, Sahar?
I'm good, very good. Now that I'm drinking my green tea, everything is much better. For me, green tea, it's like everybody else's coffee.
I never had a coffee this morning. I had a green tea too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. A nice hot cup of green tea and a bowl of cornflakes.
With tea?
With tea, yeah. Well, yeah, cornflakes in one bowl and then a cup of tea.
I was like the cornflakes in the tea.
No, that's not going to work for me. Good morning, Cynthia.
Good
How are you?
morning.
How are you? And are you good at decision making or making decisions, Cynthia?
Well, what about? Oh, I was
Making
gonna ask you. What about you, Joe? Are you good at making decisions?
Sometimes. Sometimes I think they're the best decision, but they sometimes turn out not to be. But I think it's all about the learning process. What about you?
Same. No, I think that making decisions, it's one of the most difficult things
Yeah.
for a person, because you have to take into consideration every part of your life, some parts that other people don't even know, so you can't even ask for advice.
And sometimes when they don't necessarily understand either, or perhaps how
Exactly.
you feel about the situation, etc. All right.
Yeah.
Are you good at making decisions? You are our only student with us at the moment, so please interact with us.
Well, great
All
job
right.
at learning English at 9 a.m.
Yes, we are very proud of you. Keep studying, especially early in the morning. Yes, Cinzia says it's time to study more.
It's
That's
always
the perfect
time.
way to start your day.
It's
That
always
should be
time
a
to study more.
yeah. Now is the perfect time. We have a lot of free time. We can practice.
Exactly.
A lot of English movies, a lot of English music while you're cleaning the house. Really helps. Should we do a quick introduction, Sahar?
Okay. Would you like to start?
Yeah, why not? So I'm Joanna, and I come from Cape Town, beautiful city right next to the ocean in South Africa. But I don't come directly from the city center. I come from a town maybe 30 kilometers out of the city center, sort of like where I'm living now. So Sahar and I are teachers at Bologna Mille. But I don't live directly in the center of Bologna. I live maybe 21 kilometers away from the city. And I've been with Bologna Mille for almost 1 year. And
It's almost your anniversary.
Yes, I'm so happy about that.
When is it?
Somewhere in April. I think April, like between the 14th to the 19th.
I think it's also my anniversary one of these days, March.
How many years?
I think it's 4 years now.
Yes.
Considering also my S Verona, because I also taught in that school.
That's really, really cool. So I'm Joanna. I'm going to pass it over to Sahar. She's going to introduce herself as well, and tell us about your little bit of history with my English school.
Oh, my little bit of history. Well, it all started when I was walking past the street and I saw the school, because at that time, 4 years ago, I had just started university, And the way I had to go to the train station to get to university, because my university was in Bologna and I was living in Verona,
Oh, wow.
I kept on like seeing this place, and I said, well, let's try this. Why not? And it was a very difficult year because I was commuting Verona, Bologna for university. But then when I returned during the afternoon, I had to go to work in Verona. Yeah.
So that's the decision making comes in. And she made a good decision because 4 years later,
I know,
she
yeah.
still went to English school.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best decisions I've made.
Awesome. I like that answer. Yeah. So she transferred from my English school Verona to my English school Bologna.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy she's there. And I'm happy that I got to meet her. And
Exactly.
now I'm doing a webinar with her. All right. So if you are just tuning in to watch, please comment at the bottom. Perhaps your name, where you come from, and are you good at making decisions? All right. So
Precisely.
I think let's get started with today's focus activity.
Let's get this bread.
What does let's get this bread mean?
It's a slang word. It's a slang that we use. Actually, not anymore. It was at the beginning, I think, of 2019. Mm-hmm. Let's get this bread. It means let's do it.
Let's do it. I think it's very American.
It's very American.
I think in South Africa we'd be like, let's get this dough or let's get this money.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think we'd be referring to bread. I think we'd be referring to money.
Dough.
To let's get started, let's work and let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I didn't know that. Wow.
It differs. It changes from country to country, I think.
I think you're even like South Africans are even more hardworking because they start from the dough. They don't even like go to the bread. No. Let's start from the beginning.
But I wasn't referring to the dough of the bread. I was referring to the fact that in America they call dough money.
Oh, okay. So I thought you meant the dough of the bread.
Yeah, no, not the pastry, not the first part of the bread. But thank you for saying South Africans are hardworking. If there is a South African watching, we'd really appreciate it. All right, so let's get started with today's focus activity. Sahar, would you mind reading?
Right. Sure. Making decisions. In this focus activity, making decisions using advanced comparatives.
Okay. So yes, this is what we're going to do today. And we have a lot of decision making. So time to put our thinking caps on and to make the right decisions. All right. So making decisions. Are you decisive or
indecisive
person? What is the best decision you've ever made? What is the worst decision you've ever made? And what was the toughest decision you've had to make? There's some nice new vocabulary, and I think perhaps we should start with the first question. Are you a decisive or an indecisive person? How would you describe decisive?
I would say that decisive is a person who knows what they want. So when there are two opportunities, two choices to be made, they have a clear head and they know which way they want to go.
You're certain about which direction you want to go.
Yes. Indecisive is instead opposite. So they're not sure, uncertain.
Exactly. They're uncertain in that case. Indecisive. Not certain about anything.
Yeah. What are you, Joe?
it depends situation to situation. So generally speaking, I'm a decisive person. I think I'm very, very stubborn. Yeah, I'm stubborn, and I know what I want, when I want it, and how I sort of need to go about to get it. I'm indecisive for many other things, like where to eat at a restaurant.
How could you explain go about it?
To go about it.
Yeah.
To go about, I'd explain it in a way that you know what you need to do in order to get things done.
Mm-hmm.
So the different steps, like for example, if I was in Sahar's shoes and I was in university and I needed to get my degree, I know what steps I need to take and what things I need to do to go about finishing my degree.
Oh, okay.
To go about.
Good vocabulary.
Yeah, to take the necessary steps to achieve our goals. What about you, Sahar? Are you decisive or an indecisive person?
I am usually a very decisive person as well. I'm only indecisive when it comes to food and when it comes what to order in a restaurant. It's incredible how I can get confused and uncertain, and it's like my last supper. Like I have to choose the best.
I can imagine it takes a really long time.
Oh yeah, it's either the same, or if I change it, I have to analyze it very well.
Yes, I'm the same with that. And then I end up, because I'm indecisive in that context, I end up taking what I normally take all the time.
Exactly. To just like not make a mistake.
Exactly. So we have another student. We have Daniela Valuni.
Hello.
Hi, Daniela. Daniela is a student at Bologna Mille. She says, hi, teachers. Hi, Cinzia, because Cinzia is also one of our students. She says, you all miss me. We do miss you.
Well, we do miss you.
You miss us too. Do you miss us? All right. And Cinzia says hi to Daniela. So while we're at it, Daniela and Cinzia and everyone else watching, are you a decisive person or are you indecisive? And we have another one, Stefano. Would you like to read?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I followed the activity and tried to write down on the chat.
So we write in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And that is perfect. You can watch, listen, interact. We love the interaction.
Yeah.
So yes, welcome, Stefano. So anybody who's watching, who's just coming into the webinar, or who is silently watching without interacting, are you decisive or indecisive? Comment in the comment section. All right.
All right.
What
Let's continue with the questions.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniela answered. And also Cinzia.
I am totally indecisive for all things, and food in restaurants too. So in English, we don't say for all things, but we'd say for
everything.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I could be like that. It depends on the situation.
Depends on the situation, precisely, yes.
For everything.
Now I have a lot of free time, so I downloaded a game called The Sims. Well, everyone knows The Sims.
Yeah.
And I'm also very indecisive when it comes to furniture.
Oh, when you create the house.
Yeah, exactly. So, but what about this color?
It was going to be my dream house.
Oh no, I'm building a neighborhood.
Oh wow.
Not even one house, a neighborhood.
It's going to take a lot of time.
We do have a lot of time, so.
Cinzia says she is a very decisive person. And I think I agree with you. I can see that when I speak to you as a person. Cinzia is a very strong woman, and she's got a lot of opinions, and I feel like she always is straightforward. She knows what she wants. I like it.
That's great. I wish I had the same interaction with. I had the same ability when it came to restaurants.
Daniela asks us a question. She says, "Har, what is the Sim? I do not know."
Oh, this Sims.
Yeah, The Sims. It is a computer game. A computer game where you have to design houses and families.
Exactly.
And help them live. So they need to eat and wash, and they need to live a normal life. But you are the master. Stefano says, would you like to read it, Sahar?
Yeah. For me, it depends on the importance of the decision, but generally speaking, I am decisive. Very good. It depends on.
Yes,
Very
that's
good.
perfect. For anyone watching, when we use depends, we always use the preposition on.
And well, I think it's a typing mistake, or it's decision without the E.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, it's Italian.
But I think that it was a typing mistake.
Yeah, typing mistake.
Perfect. Right. Sahar, what is the best decision you've ever made?
Well, already, if you have only one, then I've already done it. And it was when I took my CV to my English school in Verona, and it took me all the way here, now in Bologna, after 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the chance to meet so many people from different countries. You're the first. No, I'm sorry, you're not the first. I've already had one coworker in Verona, but you're the second South African that I've met.
And you are the first Iranian who was born in San Francisco, that lives in Italy that I've ever met.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that decision, and I'm glad you made it, and I'm glad you decided to come with Bologna Mille.
Exactly. What was yours?
What is the best decision you've ever made? Oh, that's very complicated. I don't know. I really have to look back at my young life and decide what was the best decision. But I think one of the biggest decisions that I ever made was to leave South Africa and come to Europe.
It is a big, huge step.
Decision. I think that was a tough decision. Do I do it or do I not? Yeah, there was a lot of contemplating, a lot of thinking. Granted, my time in Europe has not always been sunshine and roses, but I'm happy with the decision that I made.
Yeah,
I'm glad I did it.
Changing continents.
Exactly.
That are completely different.
My whole family behind, left my mom and my siblings and my dad, my job, everything. But the world is bigger than South Africa. So I'm happy I've met people from all different walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds. And I probably would never have gotten to meet them or hear their stories if I was still in South Africa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, I am in my 60s and most of my main decisions have already been. So we don't take a decision, but we
make.
So we would say have already been made. Thank you, Stefano. Maybe you can pass your wisdom on to us.
And then Daniela?
Daniela says,
the best decision was to buy the house in which I live now 30 years ago, because the position on the hill near around Bologna is fantastic. Ooh.
Wow, I can imagine a beautiful house overlooking the hills or overlooking the city.
Especially now, like you got the house earlier before the whole crisis in Bologna.
Yeah. I think that was a great decision, Daniela. Really, really well done.
Well done.
And good sentence, grammatically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, great job. And what about your worst decision?
Worst decision.
Both students and Joe.
Yeah. So guys, if you have an example of a worst decision you've ever made, please comment it in the comment section if you feel comfortable sharing it with us. If not, it's understandable.
It can be also funny. I have one that is hilarious.
What is that? Tell us your worst decision.
So when I go to the hairdresser, I never do anything but just simply cut my hair. Yeah, because it's not the kind of hair that you can manipulate. It's just like you need to cut it. That's it. When I was 16, I decided to dye my hair platinum.
What color? Ooh.
Yes.
Picture, you actually looked really beautiful.
I did not, because half of my hair was not even platinum, it was blonde, and not even like a white blonde.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. And this part of my hair instead was this color. And also my hair was completely like short until here. The day after, I had to go to school with a wig because I was too embarrassed to show my friends what kind of thing I had done to myself.
That's that decision in terms of the wig. I wouldn't have worn the wig. I would have just shown my blonde hair. I don't know if I have a worse decision. I think all of the worst decisions really have helped me in life. I can look back and laugh about it.
Yeah.
If I could think of something similar to Sahar, it would definitely be when I dyed my hair. So I have naturally blonde hair.
Yeah.
I did dye my hair dark brown when I was in high school.
We just had the opposite decision.
Quickly to answer, Daniela, a wig. A wig is fake hair that you would wear on your head for any reason, any specific reason.
Another thing is Stefano's comment, don't cry over spilt milk.
Yes.
Not on the, but over spilt milk.
Don't cry over spilt milk.
Very good. You know the idiom.
Yeah. It's excellent that you know it. So don't cry over spilt milk. It's sort of as to say, don't worry about a situation that has already happened or something that you cannot change. It is inevitable. And that's a nice word.
Inevitable.
Inevitable. It was or is bound to happen. We have no control over it. Yeah, I dyed my hair dark brown, except the only problem with being blonde, every 4 to 6 weeks you need to completely dye your whole head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my hair was getting a little bit damaged by dyeing it consistently. So I decided to not dye it anymore and let it grow out. So my hair was like 4 or 5 different colors. Brown at the bottom, then it was somewhat red, orange, like mid blonde, and then my roots, which are like a little bit dark. It looked very strange. I got in a lot of trouble at school for having different colors. But yeah, I needed to go back to being blonde.
How long did you stay like that with brown hair?
So because my hair needed to grow out, I'd go for normal haircuts. I needed to let the hair grow out. I was like that for probably about a year and a couple of months for it to fully grow out without damaging it.
No, I dyed it back to brown the next day.
I wish it was on the blonde, but
my hair was green after that.
You have to show me a picture. You have.
I think I do. I actually do. I have still one picture
Yes, you need to
with
send
straight
it
hair.
immediately. All right, let's continue. What was the toughest decision you've had to make? So when we talk about tough, tough is an adjective, and we use it for difficult, a hard decision in your life. If you are watching and you'd like to share, if you like I said before, if you're comfortable sharing your toughest decision, please leave a comment in the comment section. Sahar, what was Daniela says you Sahar, you need to post your photo on Instagram.
It is on Instagram.
Daniela, if you go through Sahar's Instagram, you will find it.
Yeah, because with like thinking about it now, it's funny. So I posted it, I think, a year ago, since it happened like 5, I think, years ago.
Stefano says here, sorry, I was busy reading. Good morning, Lisa. Rise and shine.
Good morning. So Stefano says, the story of my hair and of my heir, my son Andrew.
I feel like I'm interpreting this correctly, but I don't want to be wrong with how I say it. So the story of your hair, either, Stefano, something you have a lot of hair and you did a weird haircut, or at the moment you have no hair. And your heir, so someone, your son, how would I explain heir? Heir is
to the throne.
Heir to the throne, yes, but there's another way. It's your kin, your something that comes after you, your child. My son Andrew. Andrew, it's a very English name. I like.
I think it means Andrea, maybe.
Yes, if it's Andrea, like translating name too. But Andrew is a beautiful name in English as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Sahara, I'm going to name her Andrew.
Me?
Yeah, just because I want to.
No, I prefer Sierra Leone.
Yes, okay, Sierra Leone. Andrea in Italian, yes. That's nice. I like that sentence. But I don't understand. Is it I don't think I should ask. Is it your best decision, worst decision, or all right. Thank you, Stefano, for sharing with us. Sahara, have you had a tough decision that you had to make?
I really wouldn't say so because I'm still young. I never tell my age, but I'm still very young, and I think I still have time to make the tough decisions. I don't think I should consider the decisions I've made until now tough compared to what I will have in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. For me, because I'm also young, I'm sort of similar age to Sahar. I don't think I've had the world's toughest decisions to make. But definitely being in Europe, being by myself, I've had to make a lot of hard decisions, tough decisions that could ultimately affect my future. I think so far one of the toughest decisions that I've had to make was when I was 18 and I decided I'm going to move out of my mom's house. I'm going to move to 1,400 kilometers away and then ultimately move to Europe.
I mean, just the fact that you just moved from one continent to another by yourself, it's one of the toughest decisions.
Yeah, that was a big decision. I won't say it was tough. The tough was the first time before I even decided to leave South Africa. Do I leave my mama's house?
Oh, Daniela shares here. My toughest decision was to have a daughter at 48 years old, but it was a wonderful decision.
Yes, I agree with you. Daniela describes her daughter and explains her or tells us about her all the time. And she sounds like an amazing child.
Yeah. Be careful, wonderful with an O.
Yes, wonderful. I think we'd have to continue now to the next. Right. But
Right.
yes, if you're watching, please comment what was the toughest decision you've had to make.
Very good job, guys.
Thank you very much. And thank you for interacting with us so early in the morning. All right, Sahar.
So, decision-making phrases. Put these phrases under the headings certainty or doubt. Be careful also with the pronunciation of doubt. Even though we have B, we don't really pronounce it.
The B is silent.
The B is silent. We have a lot of, I'm sorry, it made me smile because we have a lot of words that are just, the letters are just silent completely.
You're going to hear them all the time.
So I can't make up my mind. He's in two minds about it. I couldn't be more sure. I'm not convinced. I would do it without hesitation. She's already made up her mind. Am I doing the right thing? I know what to do.
Thank you very much. There is one phrase here that I think might be new, and it's not necessarily very clear. He's in two minds about it. It is to be indecisive. He's very confused.
Mm-hmm.
So what we want you to do, we have two categories, so two columns, one for certainty and one for doubt. So interacting with us, we're going to go in order of the phrases. Tell us, where do you think each sentence should go? For example, I can't make up my mind. Is it certainty or is it doubt? Remember that doubt is also to be confused.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yes, we start with I can't make up my mind. Which category? Comment it in the comment section where you think it should go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just leave to be in two minds about it. It means to be
Very
confused. Okay, where do you think I can't make up my mind goes?
I can't make up my mind. It means that, wait, Chin's already answered, I think. If you say D, you mean doubt, then it's correct.
Yes, let's see. 1, 2, 3. It is doubt. Let's keep it like that. If you think it's doubt, use the letter D. If you think it's certainty, use the letter C.
Very good, guys.
Right? Yeah, you made
right thinking.
Okay. Next, Sahara, would you like to read it?
Oh, Stefano.
So doesn't know what to do. Okay, Stefano, if you see the black phrases, we have phrases written in black that are used to express certainty, to be 100% sure of something, or they express doubt, a little bit of confusion about a situation. What we want you to do is to tell us, do these phrases go in certainty or do they go in doubt?
Good.
So, Sahar, the next one.
So he is in two minds about it. And since to be in two minds means to be confused. Oh, wait.
I'm in two minds. I don't know what to do. Yeah, yes. Oh, sorry, Stefano. I didn't realize. But yes, you're correct. When you're in two minds about something, you don't know what to do. Daniela and Cinzia both say D. Should we see if they are correct?
Yes.
Yes, you're
correct.
Right.
All right, very good. And the next one, I couldn't be more sure.
So, couldn't be more sure. C or D? So, Har, what do you think it is?
Should I say it? Well, Cinzia said it before me.
And Daniela got it there.
Yeah, very good.
certainty. Remember that to be certain means to be sure.
I really like the sound the word sure has. Sure.
I like the sh.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. All right, the next one. I'm not convinced, certainty or doubt. Remember, to not be convinced is negative. So to not be sure about something, would it be certainty or doubt? Cynthia says D. Let's check. Good job.
1 second. Stefano says soar, and that's a different pronunciation. So sore means when you have sore muscles, for example, that after exercising, your muscles hurt a little bit. They are sore. Okay? Instead, sure, it's to be certain.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully, you're welcome, Stefano. Okay. I would do it without hesitation.
Danielle is already far ahead.
Stefano's giving us another one. So when we talk about shore, okay, with shore, shore is the front part of the beach. So where the water comes onto the sand, that little part is called the shore.
But anyway, so yes, I would do it without hesitation is certainty.
Excellent. Do you want to read the next?
She's already made up her mind.
She's already made up her mind.
Which is similar, more or less, to the first sentence. I can't make up my mind.
Except it's the opposite. Everyone says C. You are correct again.
Exactly.
Next we have, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? I ask myself this every single day. Am I doing the right thing, Joanna? Daniela says it's D. What would Cinzia says D. What about you, Stefano? What do you say? I'm waiting for him to reply.
It's a drink. Should I drink green tea or black tea? Am I doing the right thing? Drinking black.
Should I have another piece of cake? Am I doing the right thing? So we say everyone says D so far, and you are correct, guys. Wonderful work. So how are the last one?
I know what to do.
I know what to do. There should be an exclamation mark.
Exactly. There should be an exclamation mark. Very good, Stefano.
Yeah.
Certain.
Daniela, what did you say? D or C?
Everyone, all of them replied C. Very good.
Awesome, guys. Perfect. And you got them all correct. Stefano, no, D.
I think he meant maybe at the beginning. No, at the beginning, like 2 seconds ago.
Yes, it could possibly be. All right, let us continue. So over here, you see 1, 2, 3. We have 3 things that we need to choose from. I think we're going to start with the coffee shop conundrum.
What is conundrum?
Good question. So a conundrum is something that is difficult to solve. Like, what's that puzzle? A Rubik's
Cube. Cubics.
2 bricks on top of each other.
Oh God. I was thinking of Stanley Cube. How do you say Stanley? Oh God. Stanley Kubrick? Oh yeah, Stanley Kubrick. I was thinking of something completely different.
Oh, I don't know who Stanley Kubrick is.
It's the Rubik's puzzle.
The Rubik's Cube, yeah. That is a conundrum. because it's really difficult, or Sudoku, or
Oh, Sudoku is easy.
no, not if you're not good with maths like me.
But it's not even about math. It's about being careful not to put the same number on the same row or column or box.
You can teach me. We can have Skype sessions now in these 2 weeks.
I
To
have
teach
a
me how
book of 5,000 Sudokus. Yes.
All right, you have fun with them. So yes, when something is a conundrum, it's something that is difficult to solve. A conundrum can be a situation, or just a difficult period. It can be a conundrum. So Har, would you like to read the first part under coffee shop conundrum?
Yes. Read each choice and make your best decision. Explain why. You're in a hurry to go to work, but you need your morning coffee. There is a cafe around the corner that's cheap and quick, but another one slightly farther away that serves far better coffee and croissants. Do you
A.
just settle for quick? Sorry, A. Just settle for quick, cheap coffee, or B. Speed walk to the better spot and hope you'll make it on time.
So what we want you to do, a ripple. I don't understand the time delay. Yes, there is a time delay, Stefano, in maybe perhaps us speaking and you responding. It's okay, we understand. So what we want you guys to do, you have to decide with your own personal opinion and your personality, based on the text you've just read, what decision would you make? Would you say A, just settle for quick, cheap coffee, or B, speed walk to the better spot and hope you'll make it on time? So let us know. Would you choose A or would you choose B? And remember, there is no right or wrong answer. It's your opinion.
And if you can, use one of the phrases that we just studied about certainty and doubt and explain why you made that decision.
Yes. So Har, what would you choose then?
Without hesitation, I would speed walk to the better spot and hope I make it in time. Because for me, breakfast is essential. And I love the croissant with coffee. So if I can, I run towards it. Yeah, I couldn't be more sure.
I'm going to disagree with you wholeheartedly. I know what to do, and I would just settle for quick, cheap coffee. Reason being, I am very time-oriented. I don't like to be late. I sort of get anxious for time.
Really?
Yeah, which is not good. I should learn to be a little bit different with regards to that. So I take the cheap coffee. Either way, it has to work for the time being. Then I can have a better lunch.
No, I have the opposite problem. Both my mom and my dad always tell me that I'm not time oriented. It's like time doesn't even exist for me.
It doesn't, and I've noticed that.
It's like, well, it's okay. What is the time? It's not even important at this point.
If you lived on an island.
Not when it comes to work, though. But you can ask my friends. They hate me because I'm not always, but most of the times late. Cinzia agrees with me. Oh no, agrees. No, she's sorry. I was like, I would do it without hesitation. She meant you.
Yeah. Cinzia says, I would do it without hesitation. Just settle for quick, cheap coffee. It's important to arrive. Don't forget the preposition to, on time, for work. For work.
Sarah.
He decided to have 2 breakfasts. He wants both. And in this case, Stefano is very indecisive. He doesn't know. because you can only choose one. Because
Exactly.
you need to get to work.
And Daniela says she couldn't live with me.
I couldn't live with you. I am definitely the opposite. Always on time. On time.
Or even
Or-
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Daniela. Daniela, you are like me. Always on time. Yes, Cynthia, here is the perfect moment to learn many different prepositions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have 5 more minutes left, so let us go to the next situation. So
Would you
Hara, would you like to?
Okay, no, I want to. I'll read. Read each party poser. Read each choice and make your best decision. Explain why. You're doing last minute review for an English exam tomorrow. Your friend's having a big party and you'd said you'd stop by. Now you're not sure that's a good idea. You. A. Stay home. You'd prefer to study now than feel guilty tomorrow. Or B. Go. You'd sooner get a few questions wrong than stress.
Daniela says she's like me, but her husband is like Sahar. It's terrible.
But you still love him.
Exactly, and that's why we still have you, Sahar.
Exactly.
When he's in a hurry, he does what he has to do, and he goes sometimes without breakfast.
How do you do that? How? For me, it's impossible.
Breakfast is very important. It's the most important meal of the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Based on this text, what would you decide to do? Just like before, use one of the certainty or doubt phrases and choose. Would you A, stay home, you'd prefer to study now than feel guilty tomorrow? Or B, go, you'd sooner get a few questions wrong than stress?
Mm-hmm. How would you explain you'd sooner?
As if you'd rather.
Exactly. Like you'd sooner get a few questions wrong than having stress, is what it's trying to say.
Yeah. Like I don't have a problem with getting the questions wrong, but I don't want to stress myself out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this person would go to the party. So, Hari, what would you choose?
Now, in this case, since I am a university student still, unfortunately, like I would, without again hesitation, stay home. But it's not even because like you can't prepare the night before the exam. That's what I always tell myself, but in the end, it's like more or less that situation.
I've done that many a times, especially in high school. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to study.
No,
fall asleep on face or something.
Exactly, but like if you go to a party, then you feel very tired the day after. You're not completely, mentally prepared, focused. Exactly. So no. I also don't really enjoy going to parties anyway. So
I like going to parties, but now not so much anymore. When I was in high school, yes, but I'd also stay home. I think that I like to be on top of my academics. So I'd stay home with Sahar and we'd study together.
Daniela doesn't believe me.
She doesn't believe me, and I am not convinced about your answer. I'm not convinced about your answer.
Why?
Sahar stays at home.
Very diligent, I swear.
Cynthia says she'd say, I know what to do.
Yeah.
She'd stay at home. She'd prefer to study now than feel guilty tomorrow. Sahar and I both agree with you. It is exactly what we would do too. All
Exams
right.
are too important.
Yes.
Very important.
We can't risk to fail them and redo them because then it's just more stress.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, I just had well, the last exam that I had, it was a bit difficult because it was more logic than actually studying for the exam. So I had to like try it again and again, and the stress like multiplied again and again.
Yeah, it's better to get it over and done with.
Oh, but
But guys,
yeah.
we're gonna have to love and leave you again.
Mhm.
So yes, also tomorrow, quickly before we leave, tomorrow there is an event for St. Patrick's Day. It's from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock on YouTube. It's from level 6 up, and you can learn a lot of new Irish languages with words and phrases with all our Irish teachers. But for now, goodbye, guys. Have a wonderful
Goodbye, guys.
evening.
Very good job.